First opened in 2002, there's a look inside Ford Field here in downtown Detroit, the Motor City. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Dallas Cowboys and the Detroit Lions. Both of these teams about to reach the halfway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports.
We got this. Here we go. 57, 65.
Here's the first carry for Ezekiel Elliott. And he's upended at the 33 following a good pickup of 8.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Eight yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Elliott running right. Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
A gain of 6 there on first.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Six yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. Out of the gun, it's Elliott. And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25. 11 yards and a Cowboy first down. You were telling me this yesterday. This is exactly what they want to do on the opening drive, establish the ground game.
Yeah, remember our conversation? We were talking about what one of the GMs in the league has told me repeatedly. It's a big man's game, and it's not necessarily size. He's talking about playing some big boy football. Line up, get leverage, knock people back, and establish the run early.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he finds a man on a crossing route. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
At the 18-yard line.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
I hope we give enough respect to the big guys up front because they have been getting it done on this drive. The holes have been large, and they've been barreling through them, picking up first downs.
Here we go. Line in. 57. So don't say nothing.
They stay on the ground, but this time it's Elliott. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
On second down, it's Elliott, and a minuscule gain of maybe a yard from the 6 to the 5. Now keep in mind, if you're thinking of staying on the ground, this is a top 5 rush defense.
Yeah, but I don't think you shy away totally with the run. At least show them the hint of a run before you decide to throw the football.
And this will be play number 8 of the opening drive. It's 3rd and short. They'll try and run for it with Elliott. And Elliott trying to work his way forward, but it looks like he did not make it. Tough sledding. They lose a yard there on 3rd.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on 4th.
Watch a slant, watch a slant.
Now Prescott on 4th down. And this is caught for a Cowboy touchdown. And Isabella with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Cowboys take it all the way down the field and score on the opening drive. Extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
First and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Ready, ready. Mike's 3. 218, chopper.
They'll run for the first time with Johnson. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. And he'll give it here to his running back. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Tremendous blocking by the interior of the offensive line. They didn't just gash him there. They blasted a gaping hole for him to gallop through. I think if he comes back to the huddle, he better be giving them a whole lot of credit and thanking them for that much space to rumble.
Let's go. 60 outlaw. Let's go, D. It's going to be a long day, offense. It's going to be a long day.
The first down carry here for Johnson. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
So from Cowboy territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 38.
Slam, slam, slam.
Johnson. And some space here. Trotty. Touchdown, Detroit. Kerryon Johnson. Touchdown number 15 of the year. As his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Solid job up front, really just a solid job all the way around to get that one in.
That was well executed, wasn't it? Well blocked, well run, end result, 6 points.
Touchdown. Elliott good with a PAT, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it, each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And now last drive so successful with the ground game, ending in a touchdown. Do you stick with that formula?
That would be the number one thing you would think of, but so many guys now would look at it and say, we've got them set up so well for play action, now's the time to take a shot.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was a big-time coach in the state of Ohio who once said, if you throw the ball, if you put it in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. He would have kept it on the ground.
After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11.
Let's make these babies cry. Mike 51.
Prescott to throw it. That ball complete to Isabella. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Throwing middle, and it's complete. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive. Prescott going to come up 1st and 10. And he's a perfect 5 for 5 here to begin the game. From the shotgun again to Elliott. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. That sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage.
Go. Hey, you got 3 down. Go, Mike 51.
On 2nd and 12, Prescott. He's got a man complete. It's Amari Cooper. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. These 2 teams all tied after 1. Now they face a 2nd and long following the holding penalty.
It's outfield. Here we go, 47. 51 to Mike, boy, 51. Hey, we got to get this stop here, D.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. This one caught by Isabella. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
A 3-yard pickup. And it's 3rd down.
Third and long for Prescott. Looking deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
Well, he'd been targeted quite a bit on this drive, and finally I think the guys on the defensive side, they said no more. They slapped the double coverage on him, made it very tough for him to get the ball.
Here comes Grant on the return. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Good blocking there, nearly sprung him. As it is, it'll go as a 19-yard return. And the Lions will take over. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display. And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10.
You better bring. I'm letting you know.
From the gun, Hartman. That's to his running back, Kerryon Johnson. Give him 8 on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
And the Cowboys here on 3rd down, bringing in an extra defensive back.
Switch routine, spell. Go. Motion. Now.
They'll try and run for it. Here's Johnson. And he has the first down yardage before they bring him down right at the 45. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains.
First and 10 at the 45-yard line.
Come on, set. 10-2 stop. Come off the ball. Check 9. Check 26. Pull it high. Back. And get it.
They'll run on first down. Anthony. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Hey, you don't want to see me. You don't want me. No. Check that. We're on Mike 52 right here. I know he's
2nd and 3. He gets this into the hands of Taylor. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
70, 80.
On 3rd down, Anthony. And he gets it to the 34. Good enough for the first. Just enough to get the first down there with a 1-yard pickup.
We ought to come up with a T-shirt and sell it that says, no indecision on 3rd and 1. And we didn't see it on that run, did we? Got his shoulders square, just got right into the line of scrimmage and picked it up.
Absolutely. Picked his lane, went with it, and converted. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Check. Greystone, travel. Check hot. Mike Mike 56, Mike 56. Switch up, switch up. Shoot.
Back to throw. Hartman. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. First down, Detroit, 16 yards on the pickup.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
First down. First and 10 at the 18-yard line.
We go. 60 or 56. Recon, 132 fighter. Safety's creeping. Go.
On first down, Anthony. And he's going to be hemmed in and brought down right at the line of scrimmage. The tackle by Eric Armstead. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Operating from the gun, Hartman. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on 3rd.
Check 4, check 4. General West. Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot. 56 to Mike, boys, 56. Check 56.
From the gun, Hartman. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside. Not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the 1st. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll run it with Johnson. And he'll fight forward maybe to the line of scrimmage, but that's all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. All knotted up at 7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL.
You draw quarters. 56. Mike, 56. Right there, 56. Let's go, D. Hit it.
To Johnson again. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
Break.
They'll come out in the pistol. This Cowboy defense trying to hold them out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal.
Yo, 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 go, go. Hey, lock it. Ready.
They'll try to run it in. Johnson. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down. Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now Jake Elliott for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. The kick by Elliott is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they get the field goal, but that was a 14-play drive to get 3.
You sound like you're going negative on me.
I was.
Sounds like you're thinking the three's just not that good.
And people say that we're negative sometimes. So.
Well, here's the deal. Getting the three is good. Obviously, you would think on a 14-play drive you're going to get 6 out of it. But that type of a drive can pay dividends later on because you might wear the defense down.
And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. From the 21, it's 2nd and 10.
Come on, baby. Come on, let's go. Hey, kill. 47, 26.
Throwing, Prescott. And the Lions pressure too strong. Down he goes. Trey Flowers in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with a tick under a minute to go before half. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Bring it right here, guys. Mike 51. Mike 51. Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off near the 42. Cooper was the target there.
You're trailing. You're trying to get points late in half. I absolutely understand that. But remember, it's all about the ball. And without the ball, you can't get those points. They just turned it over.
Now you got to be careful because that deficit can get a little bigger on the other side with that good field position they just took over with.
60 outlaw. 61. Matchbox light now.
They'll run on first down. Anthony, he's got a first down and more inside the 30. Touchdown, Detroit. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the 2nd quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the 2nd half.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Prescott now. Throw left side, complete to Isabella. And he'll be upended here after a pickup of 3, getting it out to the 25. The Lions now going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. The last catch did get 3, but they're still left needing 7 yards on 3rd down. This time they stay on the ground. He'll have a first down past the 40. And he takes it across the 50 to the 46-yard line. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half. Prescott on first down. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off here the 32. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
And an anxious moment or two there, but they do get him down. 11 yards there and a Lion first down.
First and 10 at the 45-yard.
So we reach halftime here in a 10-point game. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Lions in the lead, and they're going to get the football first as well as the second half is underway.
Get ready, get ready, get ready.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 28-yard line.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. No, no, no. Off. Kick. 3. 218. Chopper. Turn it out. Watch the ship. Hey, let's go.
Again, it's Johnson. And he'll get about 4 across the 30 to the 32.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball, protect this lead, give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them.
Come on, set. 50, plant. 56. Hey, exit. Who that? 56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 52.
From the gun on 3rd down. Hartman. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. They frustrated these receivers tonight, really held down the passing game, but there got the penalty.
Fine line between aggressive, good coverage, and interference, and they crossed it on that play.
Ready. 56, Mike, 56. Let's go, baby. They turn over. Get that ball. Get that ball. Check the backer. Hey, Charlie. Switch. 80 weapon. Switch. Hey, Delta. Slam. Check. Pilot, 64, weak. Say go.
Throwing on 1st down. Hartman. He'll get this one to Galladay. And he's going to get this one down to the edge of the red zone. It's a gain of 34. I guess that answers the question of whether or not they're going to try to play conservative and protect this lead in the third quarter.
And I think this is something we're seeing more and more of in the NFL. Teams not playing to protect leads, teams playing to extend them.
Looking to throw. Hartman eluding the pressure right. He'll run it. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's second down.
Yeah, not much there that time, and I think we were both wondering once he got out of the box whether he just throw the ball away and he winds up only picking up a yard or two.
Got it. 6 the mic. 56 is the mic. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Kill, 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 kill. Protein spill. Hey, seam 6. Seam 6.
Here's 2nd and 8. Open man is born. And he's brought down just outside of the 10 at the 11. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
That's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 1.
And on third down, the Cowboys bringing an extra defensive back.
Bravo.
Operating from the gun. Hartman. He's got his man, T.J. Hockenson. And he's able to pick up the first before he's brought down inside the 5 at the 4. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Lions, 1st down. 1st and goal at the 4-yard line.
Set. 18 Gator. Rabbit, rabbit. Rabbit, rabbit. Hit it.
From the gun, Hartman. His pass caught at the 4. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. Only a yard in the completion. It's 2nd and goal. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Call it no gain that time, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Brings up 3rd and goal.
This Cowboy defense trying to hold him out of the end zone. They've run it to 3rd and goal. They stay on the ground. This time it's Johnson. And he won't get to the marker as they're going to stop it for a 2nd straight play right at the line of scrimmage. Defense didn't budge on 3rd down. Now what are we going to see on 4th?
We are soon to find out, but does this feel like old school football or what?
Oh, yeah.
This is an old-fashioned goal line stand. I know what I would call on offense. I would go for it. And I want some type of a play where my quarterback has a chance to run it or throw it. I don't just want one static play.
That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're down in this game. A chance for the offense, though, to put something on the board, get some momentum here at half 2.
Try and get things kick-started for them. And you know at the half, they discussed how they were going to get that done. This is where scripting comes into play a lot of the time.
How many plays do you script coming out of the second?
Most of the time in the first half, you're scripting 12 to 16. I think in the second half, you're really scripting more like 8 to 10. Kind of a starter or an opener, whatever terminology they use. Just something to get you off to a quick start.
Again, it's Elliott. Bust through the tackle. Ezekiel Elliott gonna take it the distance. Touchdown, Cowboys. Ezekiel Elliott with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are back within a single score. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
Point after, right down the middle. And that will shave one more off this lead. So here comes the kickoff, and what now is just a one-score, 6-point game. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
Go.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
We ain't giving them nothing today.
They'll run it with Johnson. And an alley to run. And he takes this down deep on the Cowboys side of the field. And he's going to get this all the way down to the Cowboys 17-yard line. One of the reasons that this team is on this win streak, big runs like that.
When you see runs like that broken off, you know this is a team that's confident running the football. A big reason why this streak has occurred, they've come together, had a plan, and stuck to it. And when you get big-time runs like that, it makes it easier to stay with it, doesn't it?
A real field flipper there, as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone.
Check, crunch, crunch, crunch.
Back to throw. Hartman. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Detroit. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
56, Mike, 56. Let's go, D. Let's go. 56, Mike, 56, right there, 56. Here we go, let's bring it. Let's go, let's do it.
They just do get the playoff as he'll look to throw toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
The throw right side is complete here on the first play of the drive. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The catch and run, good for 24 yards.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision, and receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
A first down carry by Elliott. And he's going to get it across the midfield stripe into Lion territory. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
Second and 5 now. Prescott, they'll set up the screen to Elliott. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a gain of 6. First down, Dallas.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
Here we go. Kill. Silver.
Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. There goes a deep ball. End zone. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. Intended that time for Cooper.
Partner, we always talk about possessions being at a premium in these games, and now in this situation, throwing an interception here when you have to claw your way back in, that one's going to hurt, and in a big way.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this fourth quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
On first and 10, Hartman. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. It's a big play there for the Lions. 44 yards. Charles, you'd said the magic number was probably right around 20 for this defense because they're facing one of the top 5 offenses in the league in terms of points scored. They've had their moments, but this offense just a little too good, isn't it?
They really are, because no matter what you do to make an adjustment on defense, they've had an answer for it.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for first and 10. Johnson on the counter. And he'll be brought down somewhat awkwardly here, and a late flag as well. I think this one's going to be a face mask. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration. Not a good play.
And now it's first and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage. Looking to throw. Hartman, screenplay, Johnson. And they'll get this down to the 10. The Lions passing game in sync now. They've got another first down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They run the counter. Anthony. And a nice pickup there as he'll take it from the 10 down to the 5-yard line. And I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely. You want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Let's go right here. Mike 56, Mike 56.
They'll keep it on the ground. Anthony, and he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown. A great play there. His 3rd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Lions are able to extend their lead. Elliott good on the extra point, and that will make this a 19-point game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Drop deep, drop deep.
They keep on the ground with Elliott. And he'll take this one for about 4 up to the 40.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable 2nd down. A very solid gain on that play.
It's now 2nd and 6 at the 40-yard line.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6. This is Elliott. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. It's a 5-yard gain, but they'll still be a yard short here with 3rd down now looming.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on rundowns. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. 2 for 5 to this point. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Another carry tonight for the workhorse Elliott. And he's got the 1st down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Oh, that's one to warm the hearts of all those old-school football players, isn't it? Tough, hard, gritty run, got behind his pads, bowled over a few people. Look at that one, right up the gut.
Saw it through 3 quarters, no reason to lighten up now. So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old-school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Ain't no such thing as a loss. We taking wins home.
They'll try the sweep with Elliott. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It goes as a loss of 6. And now 3rd down.
46-yard line.
The Cowboys on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 15. Prescott from the gun. And he'll have his man. That's Cooper. And he takes this one down almost all the way to the 30. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st down, Elliott. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down.
2nd and 10 at the 32-yard line.
50. Here we go. Watch the twist. Watch the twist.
They go to Elliott again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. And the Lions going with an extra DB here on 3rd down.
Come on, QB, come on.
A 20th carry here for Elliott. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the 1st down at the 29. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
Not too many offenses want to turn down long drives, but when you're down what they are, they've got to pay it off with some points.
And, Charles, you know what coaches always tell us. We want to win our home games. That much we know. We want to protect our home turf. They got that done in this one.
Exactly right. When you start a season, everyone's goal, win all of your home games, split your road games, and you're likely going to be in the playoffs. But when you win at home, boy, what a great feeling that is. You don't